You know, a lot of people talk about who's better.
But you have to
Yeah, don't avoid it.
Bro is not trying to admit it, bro.
If you think I'll cross and take my mans out, just kill yourself. In the trenches, 40 on my hip, I had to fix my...
What's good, YouTube? You know what I'm saying? She look kind of different.
Light skin Jdot.
You know they probably didn't want to see all that, bro. I'm just saying, like, there's no hoes. Alright, bro. Anyway, y'all, bro. We back another video, y'all know what I'm saying? Today, y'all, bro. We got somebody y'all love, bro. You know what I'm saying? Larry Bird, bro. Oh, God, bro. Larry Bird, bro. It's a NBA Legends, bro. NBA Legends explain how crazy good Larry Bird was. We know how good Larry Bird was.
Look, I should be in this video.
We know.
Explaining him how crazy.
Can you just let me do the thing? Like,
my bad.
Because you just chatting, bro.
My bad.
I don't want to get mad, bro.
My bad.
Alright, bro. Anyway, y'all. We know how good Larry Bird was or whatever. We finna see what these NBA legends talking about, bro. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe if you're new, you know what I'm saying? Subscribe to FS Twin. We can get straight to the recording. Alright, let's get straight to this video. See what they're talking about.
The man from Indiana who gave us an 80s to remember by lighting up a battle between the Celtics and the Lakers will forever be heralded as one of the players who saved basketball.
Damn.
Bird and Magic's coach.
That nigga got old as fuck compared to
God,
this one.
no, bruh.
Compared to this one and that one.
Lighting up a battle between the Celtics
Probably
and the
eating
Lakers
good in the
will
mouth.
forever
Me
be heralded
either.
as one of the players who saved basketball.
Oh, yeah, he
Bird
was
and
chilling.
Magic's coast-to-coast war and jaw-dropping styles gave the NBA the boost it needed before the emergence of Michael Jordan. But for Bird, with 3 titles, 2 Finals MVPs, and 3 consecutive MVP seasons, some forget just how good he really was. Today we look at NBA players explaining how crazy good Larry Bird was in his prime. Before we get into all that, if you want to win a NBA's greatest of all time, there's always 5 or 10 guys that hit the list. Each carries a different generation. From 50s Bill Russell to 60s Wilt Chamberlain or 70s Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
That
80s
trophy,
Magic Johnson,
free on
90s
guard.
Michael Jordan, 2000s Shaquille O'Neal and Kobe Bryant, to today's LeBron James. Some get overlooked when they shouldn't. For example, Tim Duncan. And others get left behind because of the lack of titles, like Charles Barkley. What happens when all these players talk of another...
That shit's so weird. They didn't say Jordan Parrish or nothing.
Bro, watch out, bro. What the frick do you mean, Jordan Parrish, bro? You tweaking,
What happens
boy.
when players talk of another great as if he was like no other? Larry Bird was lauded by most of these legends, because he was one of them too. He was consistent.
Bro,
and
nobody
tough,
sitting in these little
lauded
ass
by
chairs.
most of these
Me.
legends, because he was one
These
of them
big
too.
ass niggas sitting in these little baby ass
That's
chairs.
Magic Johnson, Julius Irvin,
Kareem.
Larry Bird, and Kareem, bro.
Bruh.
And these little ass chairs, just little ass.
They been
table.
talking for like 5 minutes max. There's no way this is a whole interview.
You
What?
trying to be funny as shit, bro.
Consistent, tough, offensively masterful, and one of the first big guys to shoot many three-point shots.
What?
LeBron
Excuse me?
James
I don't remember
said
this.
in an interview about how he was one of the few guys ever to win a three-point contest with a warm-up shirt on. LeBron referring to the time Larry won his 3rd consecutive three-point contest. James continued,
For young guys that don't know him, you know, they think of Larry Bird as a jump shooter. But he was so much more than that. He was a passer. He averaged double-digit rebounds. He defended, he took charges. And, you know, he's a straight-up complete basketball player. And me as a small forward.
later in his career, LeBron adapted his game to the new way of basketball.
Wait a minute, what did he say?
Basketball player. And me as a small forward.
Was he compared? Did he say he played like Larry Bird?
You know, he's a straight-up complete basketball player. And me as a small forward.
Later in his career,
don't know.
LeBron adapted
It's a
his
fact,
game to
though. I
the
think-
new way
I
of
think LeBron
basketball,
better
which
than
was a charge led by the Golden State Warriors in shooting more from behind the arc. LeBron was considered a big guy, but began shooting more threes, and no doubt was heavily influenced by the fact that Larry Legend had already achieved this feat in the 80s.
So basically, he was just trying to copy Larry Bird.
He's better than Larry Bird, though.
Say that
of all time, LeBron put Larry Bird firmly in there with MJ and Dr. J.
He's better.
3. Larry Bird, Dr. J. Michael.
Shaq had a very different opinion on Larry initially. He said he disliked Bird because he was jealous. He thought, how could this regular-looking guy do everything?
Never really had a chance to play against Larry Bird, but I actually used to hate Larry Bird. I hated.
Shaq soon realized as he grew older and wiser that despite getting the luck of the Irish with the Celtics, Larry made his own luck when it came to shooting the ball. Shaq, at 7'1", of course, had a completely different.
Oh yeah,
style
I'm just
of
noticing, bro.
Haters.
These niggas on the bench was not playing, bro. They was chilling like
On God, though.
He has his shoe off, fam.
Oh yeah, they knew what time it was.
He was here for a show.
That's crazy.
He was here to
Bro
watch
couldn't
Larry.
wait to see what Larry
Bro had his
Shaq,
shoes off.
But
Man,
Bud,
boy.
of course, had a completely different style of game at the time. He was built to the max and used brute force to impose his will on the defense and rack up the points, blocks, and rebounds.
Give me
He
that.
was also faster than most give him credit for, particularly in the early part of his career.
Whoa, he bringing it down the court. Whoa.
What's he doing?
Stop. You're not Giannis. I can't attack
Ridiculously
Hubert.
slow, which was all the more testament to his skill set. But his basketball IQ was just on a different
Chill,
planet.
Larry.
He once sank a shot from behind the backboard, which O'Neal chalked down to a fluke following a bet with his friend.
Like you're tripping, Larry.
Larry effing Bird.
Tripping. Like what?
Shaq never really got the chance to
Okay,
play with
announcer.
Larry Bird, which is unfortunate. because
You didn't see everything. Look at.
I've seen everything. My life's complete.
Face ass, bro.
it's taken him so long to recognize greatness. On the other hand, six-time NBA champion Kareem Abdul-Jabbar battled Bird on numerous occasions while playing with the Showtime Lakers. Bird got the better of him in the 1984 finals and took another two in a decade that was largely dominated by the purple and gold.
Dang.
Kareem spoke about how Larry might have been the
Oh,
best.
you want that snap? Oh, snap!
You want that
Oh,
Michael Jordan.
People, I don't think people look at him and think, oh, he's a white guy, slow guy.
Chubby white guy. He grew up.
Damn, can they talk one at a
oh.
time?
God, though, like what?
You know that phone, you know when you call somebody, y'all talk at the same time at the wrong time, bro?
Oh God, though, bro.
And the best he had played against and said that
Let
How
somebody
good
talk.
was
Michael
Bird?
Jordan.
People, I don't think people look at him and think, oh, he's a white guy, slow guy.
Chubby white guy. He wore us out, man. You know, because he just.
Bro, laughing before he even said anything. What the freak type of dick right
Bro was nervous to be around Kareem.
Oh
bro.
God, bro.
This muscle here, the one between his ears.
Yeah.
That was his best, you know, because he made the 3-pointers and he had assists and rebounded, steals.
Ooh.
He was always
Whoa, I remember seeing that clip.
Oh shoot.
on the court. You know, one of the great players that I had the opportunity to play with.
11-time All-Star Charles Barkley, a regular season MVP during a star-filled 90s, was once asked, "Are you better than Bird?" And he
No.
took a long pause before answering, which is very telling.
Am I better than Bird?
Think about it now.
Question.
Most great players.
No, why the fuck is he thinking about it? He's
Yeah,
not
why he
Bird,
trying to
Larry
think? Why he like trying to? He don't got no face right there. What you doing, bro?
We seen the Charles Barkley
Man,
highlights.
that's a great question.
We
Most
seen your
great players
highlights.
respond immediately with how they think
Damn.
they're the best, because you have to have that kind of mentality in order to get to the
He
top.
remind me of Paul Pierce.
Paul Pierce.
He give me Paul Pierce vibes.
don't
Not
know.
just the
I
analytics. I'm talking about the style of play.
I don't know, cause we only seen that one highlight when that was low key, man.
We still gotta watch Paul Pierce highlights. He crazy. I ain't
Yeah. We gotta see that other Charles Barkley one that's 20-something minutes.
Y'all let us
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
Y'all let us know.
I
Y'all wanna
think
see
they
it.
think they've been wanting that. I ain't gonna lie. We might have to give them.
Yeah.
Respond
Yeah,
immediately
big
with how they think they're the best, because you have to have that kind of mentality in order to get to the top. Instead, Barkley answered,
I'm a better rebounder. I'm probably a better defender.
Okay.
He's a better shooter, obviously.
Okay.
You know, a lot of people talk about who's better.
But you have to.
Yeah, don't avoid it.
Bro is not trying to admit it, bruh. Bro, just
Changing the topic and shit. Changing the topic. No, you're a better player. Put
Bruh.
on the categories. Player.
I don't cap y'all. My camera is finna freaking die.
Oh yeah.
So
we got 5 more minutes.
yeah, we're finna we finna be back. All right, y'all. We back, bro.
We back.
We back. We back, y'all. You know what I'm saying? We finna get right back into you feel me? I don't got nothing else to say. We finna straight back to it. Recording. Straight back to it.
Whoa, what the freak? I did not see that at first.
What, this?
Yes. That's weird as heck.
God.
Mentality.
No, you know.
This when Charles Barkley was over here capping. He didn't even want to
People talk
say.
about who's better.
But you have to think. You have to have that mentality.
Admit it
No,
now.
you know. I think, you know, it's a team game.
I think
What the freak is you talking about, bro?
Bro, just say he better than you or not, bro. Just say it, bro.
Bro was not
say it,
the
bro.
whole clip. He was just avoiding the question.
I would.
I mean, I'm a better rebounder. I'm a better teammate player. Look at that. Like, what,
Come
bro?
on, bro.
And for
You had a better
someone
teammate grade?
He's stuttering worse than us.
It shows you how heavy the weight of Larry Bird's legacy was. Former teammate Kevin McHale also references how unreal Bird was to.
Wait, who? Kevin McHale.
I don't know who is that.
I guess he one of the greats on the one of the big man on the
Was to play with. McHale was Bird's right-hand man while playing with Boston, claiming the Sixth Man of the Year award twice, along with 7 All-Star appearances. His story of a specific Detroit game is fascinating. There was a bit of time left on the clock, and we had beaten Detroit, and I just scored 56, and I'm walking off the court, and Larry said, "Where are you going?" I said, "I'm done." I said, "I'm exhausted. I'm tired." Larry goes, "Don't do it, man, because when I get that hot, I'm not coming out of the game." A week later, he got that hot. He looked at me at about 50 points, and he looked at me and said, "I told you." The pair would go.
Wait, he had 56? Who was it that had 56?
Oh, got Kevin McHale, bro.
Damn, Kevin.
Titles together. And McHale would continue to tell stories that live on in Celtics folklore forevermore. A highlight being a throwback from Bird's brutal trash talk at a game in Phoenix.
We have a play, out of bounds play, I'm taking it out, and Larry says, "I'm going to bust off the play, and I'm just going to come out, and I'm going to shoot a 3, and I'm like, "We're down 2. I'm like, "No, don't do that." I'm like, "Let's shoot a 2, please. Go to the hole, try to get fouled. Let's just get into overtime, see if we can't win this game." And Larry says, "No, I'm just going to bust a 3 on him." I'm like, "Oh, my God." So he tells the Phoenix bench, tells the coaches, "Yeah, I'm just fixing to bust a 3 on you guys and just go home. I'm tired of this." And he gets the ball, jumps out, busts the play, comes out, gets the ball to the slot, shoots the ball. As the ball is in the air, he kind of turns towards the Phoenix bench and yells, "Told you so."
Larry's mental game was such that he could just open up any team and tear them apart. He would use psychological warfare on a regular basis. Players speak of his toughness not because of his size or physicality, but because of his mind. He would impose his will on the opposition and could force them off the game just as much as he could switch on his. A mastermind at trash talk tactics, Larry Bird will forever go down in history as one of the greatest trash talkers of all time. And in the 80s, that mattered. With players such as Bill Laimbeer, Hakeem Olajuwon, Magic Johnson, and the eventual emergence of Michael Jordan, Bird did what was necessary in order to gain that mental edge that took him over the top. James Worthy, the 1988 Finals MVP, simply stated that Larry was trash-talking all the time, but the problem was he could back it up.
Yeah, he could back it up. So when you're arrogant and you can back it up, you're not arrogant, you're just good. And Larry,
he do be backing that up all the time.
Former teammate Magic Johnson spoke on the fact that he had a dislike for Larry Bird as far back. Even Waters,
look at the camera.
Magic Johnson spoke on the fact that he had a real dislike for Larry Bird as far back as their college playing days for the very reason that Larry would constantly interfere with him. Johnson claimed in a recent interview during a press build-up for the Broadway play about the pair that after he beat Larry in the NCAA championship game in 1979, the most watched college basketball game ever, by the time he got to the Lakers, they were 0-8 to the Celtics.
What was they on though?
Yeah, they were blowing.
Whoa, y'all rivalry getting a little too freaky, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro.
By the time he got to the Lakers, they were 0-8 to the Celtics.
You had to hate the Celtics to beat them because when I got here, we were 0-4, I think 8, and then the first time against the Celtics, and then in championship series, and then we lost that in '84. That made us 0-9, I believe.
And later is quoted as saying, "When I played, Larry Bird was the only one I feared." Not bad when hearing it from a 5-time champion and one of the true great basketball players of all time. At the 2019 NBA Awards, Johnson received the NBA Lifetime Achievement Award, but it was shared with guess who? Larry Bird. Bird was simply the king of talking the talk, then actually going out and walking the walk.
Listen, man, retirement is great for you because you've never talked this long.
Dominique Wilkins recounts one of the most famous games where Larry Bird promised Kevin McHale he was going to break McHale's record against Atlanta. Wilkins said,
he got so hot in that game that you talk about that patented step back. He was doing that step back and he switched it to his left hand 3 separate times in that game. He was scoring anywhere on the floor that he wanted.
Is this when the bench was giving each other 5?
The bench was giving each other 5.
So did you get in a fight with them after the game? Forget Larry. Did you beat anybody on the bench? Because you giving 5, he's scoring on me.
Every one of those guys got fined $3,000.
Larry's legend lives on because of the greats that want to tell them. The reason there's a list of top 10 players who consistently call Bird their toughest opponent or one of their all-time greats is because Larry
get up
isn't
right
on
now.
that list. Larry is a top 10 baller of all time. His style doesn't matter when his skill sinks the opposition. Because above all, the opposition will remember. They'll remember the steals, the shots, the clutch plays, and the trash talk. They'll remember the Bird from the early 80s, not from the early 90s. The Larry who stepped out on the court in his warm-up jacket and made Michael Jordan recoil in envy. MJ announced,
He ain't took off his top yet. See when he took off his top.
well, when Bird did, it was all business. He may as well have taken a mop and bucket to the floor because he was about to clean up. He was an impetuous and never-relenting opponent that took the life from anyone who stepped onto his battlefield. The consensus is a resounding stamp of legendary status for the man who will forever go down in the history books as one of the greatest ever players, and arguably the greatest ever Celtic to grace the court. What did you think of Larry Bird in his prime?
That man was getting busy.
Busy.
Real busy. That one
right in the camera.
That one thumbnail I got on the one Larry Bird video, he was like these. He was doing something like that. I don't know what the freak he was on, bro. But y'all, shoot. I mean, Larry was going crazy, bro. This was a good video. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. You know what I'm saying? If you're new, bro, subscribe to FOS Twins. Comment out some of the videos y'all want to see us react to, bro. We out this bit, bro.
Belly trucks with semi-suck, La Harlem turn the city up. Be wild and don't get any. We block stars, they